quick question for you. Congrats on making this far. I just want to know how Coach Handy has impacted your game
Like throughout the season.
throughout the season. Yes.
Yeah, Coach Andy, I came to Miami pretty early, so I got a couple individual sessions in with him before we started team practices. But ever since then, I feel like I've grown so much in just like one, my ball handling, my angles of attacking the basket, and also just my footwork and helping me get into my jumper, helping me having that quick first step. So I think that he's been really instrumental in just helping me with my skill work. And as a trainer or as an athlete, learning from a trainer with his accolades and everything that he's accomplished and the players that he does train, uh, I'm seeing the work and doing great things.
Thank you.
We'll go to Ben.
Thanks, Tish. And this is a little bit of a financial question, but what is your reaction to the fact that, in less than 10 minutes of gameplay in this tournament, you earned more than a third of, your WNBA season-long salary?
I mean, when you put it that way, it's kind of crazy. I didn't think about it like that, but no, I think that Unrivaled is a great space for athletes, especially young athletes like myself, to capitalize on making money here in North America, and providing for our families. And yeah, getting an extra change in the bucket is always nice. But yeah, I'm not really too focused on that until hopefully I make it to the finals.
Awesome. Thank you.
Jackie?
Hi, Aaliyah. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Just a few here from me. What strategies have served you best throughout the one-on-one tournament, do you think?
Strategies that served me best is using my speed, using my size. It really just depends on who my matchup is. Like any other game, whether it's 5-on-5 or 3-on-3, I do my scout, watch my film, and prepare. So that also is a key to being successful in this tournament. But at the end of the day, like, you really just have to go to your strengths and play to your strengths, and don't let your opponent frustrate you.
And so I guess what is the most difficult part about facing Arike?
One, she's quick, shifty. I would
Mhm.
say would probably be that.
And also the new Mystics general manager and head coach were introduced yesterday. I'm curious what you've heard from them when it comes to just, keeping up with what you've been doing and your performance, especially in this tournament.
Yes, we checked in a couple times now. They actually did come down to Miami, both the Jamila, our GM, and Coach Johnson, our new head coach. So the communication's there, but they know that my focus is unrivaled right now in preparation for the W season with the Mystics. But no, I'm feeling love from them, from the whole Mystics family, Monumental Sports as well, and then just everyone in DC. So
Thank you. Thank you.
thank you.
Noah?
Aaliyah, you started this tournament with a game against Breanna Stewart, obviously two-time MVP. Were you surprised at all just how much you were able to kind of dominate that matchup? Obviously, a limited sample, but going into it, were you at all intimidated or kind of thinking like, I'm going up against one of the great game's all-time greats, and then a few minutes later you walk away victorious?
To answer your first question, obviously she's a great player, so like anybody else, yeah, I got nerves, but I didn't go into the game doubting myself, because that would have already put me 5 points down before I even started the game. And then to answer your second question, going into it, as I've already said, I felt like it was kind of like a setup, putting Missy versus Misty, UConn versus UConn, but me and Sui had a agreement before the game, like, whatever happens, we're just gonna shake hands and wish you the best to go win that 200 band. So it was all love, as I said, but going into it, I just knew that I had to bite first or I was going to get eaten up.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Courtney?
I need to piggyback off that. How does it feel to have 3 of the 4 semifinalists as UConn alum in the semifinals, and what does it say about UConn and the talent that it always produces?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But again, I don't think I'm surprised because of the standard that we uphold ourselves while playing at UConn under coach. I think that he does a great job preparing us for this stage and stages like one-on-one. He did reach out to me and we were chatting a little bit, but yeah, it just speaks to the caliber that he produces out of UConn, and us Huskies, we're not the ones to be played with. So the work
It,
shows.
yeah, it shows definitely. All right, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Ben?
Thanks. Just 2 quick follows. Wait, what did Gino say when he reached out? Was he talking smack about just after the Stewie win, or was it on you making the final, or?
You got to slide in one of his jokes in there, but no, he was just saying how proud he is of me and just to keep going, keep repping.
Gotcha. And, Fee earlier talked about just how this event, maybe or is trying to kind of change the culture of women's basketball and just, encouraging more, young girls to play one-on-one as a kid. I guess what experience did you have just kind of growing up recreationally at, high school tournaments or AAU or just even younger than that, just playing ones against people?
Yeah, playing ones isn't new to me. I've been doing that since I was probably like 6 years old. I would play against my older brothers all the time, even before I could touch the ball to the rim, thinking that I was going to switch it every single time. So I think that I built that confidence and built that kind of swag of like, no matter who's in front of me, I still think that it's 0-0 at the end of the day and I have a chance to win. So yeah, growing up, coming from Canada, we may be nice, but we do play a lot of street ball. I did go to the park a lot of times and play a lot of guys one-on-one. I would go to like the Y and play runs and then play ones after, or even in college. After practices, I'm playing one-on-one with the practice players or Paige, since she wants to call me out. But yeah, playing one-on-one with my teammates. But I think it's just a part of basketball that doesn't usually get highlighted. So backing off of what Fee was saying for women's sports, I think that this is such a great tournament and a great opportunity for us to showcase our individual talents, because a lot of people want to discredit the work that we put in and limit us to just being 5-on-5 players as women athletes, or sorry, female athletes, sorry. So again, I think this is a great space for us to be like, we can get down and we're crafty, we're just as shifty, and we can put on a show just as much as anyone else can.
Thanks a lot.
John Barry?
My question is, Aaliyah, what would it mean going into your second year knowing that you won a tournament? Like if you were to win this tournament against some of the best players in the game?
Confidence boost. I think that's the only thing. I kind of joked around with my family that it's kind of like the semis, the Final Four, but I'm like, I've been here before, just in a different light, and I'm not afraid of the moment. We all earned a spot to be in the semis, so yeah, to win this tournament would be super cool, and to be crowned the first one ever, yeah, that'd be amazing. So that's the goal.
Thank you, Leah. Thank you, Tish.
Thank you.
Chelsea?
Hey, Leah. My question is, if you think, you've played with a lot of the world's, biggest and best players over the years. Do you think that, and also practicing with, players like Kayla or Natalie on the Canadian team, kind of helped you prepare for this one-on-one tournament?
Are you Canadian?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I hear the national team names, so I was just going to give you some love. Yeah, I mean, for sure, my experience playing with the senior women's national team at different FIBA tournaments on the Olympic stage definitely has helped. As I said, since I was younger, I've always been the youngest on my team. I joined the senior women's national team group when I was 15, 16 years old. So I've been kind of the young one out of the group, but age is just a number. If your talent's there, then your vets are going to respect you. So playing alongside Nat and Kayla for that many years, they gave me that respect. They helped me gain that confidence. And even though I'm smaller and younger, I never shied away from the competition. So yeah, I think it did help.
Awesome. And just one follow-up. There's a lot of talk right now in Canadian basketball about how you and like Silas Swords are kind of the next coming up for the Canadian national team. Have you played with Sila much other than the Olympics, and like how do you feel about that kind of next generation talk?
Yeah, I love Sai. She is a freshman, so we haven't played together because just of our age gap. But no, I'm always rooting for her. She just joined the senior women's national team this past Olympics, and I kind of love that for her because I was in that same boat when I first joined the group, and I told her, I've been through that. I've been through the highs and lows, and kind of nervous to play and represent your country on the biggest stage at such a young age. So I think that her ceiling's very high. I think her and a whole bunch of other people who are playing college right now, other Canadians playing college right now, we're up and coming. We're ready for LA to put on a better show than what we did in Paris. So no, I'm excited for Canadian women's basketball, and we're up and coming. So I'm definitely grateful to have this platform and to kind of be the forefront of that. But no, it's not just me. It's so many other people involved.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks.
And Amanda?
Hi, Aaliyah. We talk a lot about the pace of 3-on-3 and 1-on-1, and conditioning is obviously a huge factor here. So can you talk a little bit about how your training and even your recovery has adapted since you've been at Unrivaled?
I feel like my recovery and training has been pretty consistent than what I do throughout the season. Obviously, the adjustment was once my W season ended, I had to stay in shape, and the whole off season I was either training every day, had like maybe 1 to 2 off days a week. But not the biggest challenge was just to stay in shape, and I think that it's paid off, especially going into this one-on-one tournament now. It plays a big role in just being able to play on both ends, not just offensively, but defensively as well. So, yeah, my routine's pretty much consistent with what I do throughout the season.
And a follow-up to that is, what would you say is like your favorite? I know Unrivaled has like the facilities are sick and there's so many like cool things for you guys to use. What would you say is like one of your favorite thing or something you're like really taking advantage of here?
I would say other than the weather, because Canada's looking a bit brick right now, but I would say either the sauna or the contrast tubs.